Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2020 Winnebago Porto 24F. This is a great Class C model. It's built on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis, but kind of the idea behind the Porto was to get into a little bit more entry-level pricing. Now, it's still a Mercedes chassis, so by no means is it inexpensive, but they were able to do some things in order to get the price down and still have a lot of value-driven quality features. So as we go through, I'm going to go over some of those, starting with the countertop. So you will see here that rather than having your standard T-mold, you have a pressed countertop. And the thing I like about that is not only does it look a lot nicer and is more durable, but it also allows you to undermount the sink. And you'll see with that, you get the flush sink top covers, allowing you to have excellent prep space here, especially in conjunction with the recessed cooktop. This, even though it's a small space, is all very usable. When I take that cover off, you will see that undermount double bowl sink right there. High-rise faucet here too, makes it a little bit easier to wash and rinse dishes. As I mentioned, over to the side, folks, is that recessed cooktop, this glass cover, great prep space. Flip that up and back just like so to open up those 3 burners. And then in lieu of an oven, you'll see right here they went with a microwave. For most people, this definitely does the trick. I know some people do use the oven, but most that I run into do not. You'll see your electrical outlet here, as well as a little spice rack. They kind of put a little decorative backsplash right there, which I think is kind of nice. And then you have 3 drawers. First one obviously being a little bit shallower due to the sink. Bottom 2 are much larger. And then over to this side, you'll notice this is enough space for a trash can. A couple other things. One of the things I do like about this backsplash, rather than just being decorative, it's functional. You'll see that they have silicone all along the back, so if you do spill water while you're washing and rinsing dishes, you know it's not going to go back in behind the cabinets and in the wall panel or anything like that. A lot of manufacturers don't do that, so I think that's pretty smart. Right up top is your TV. It's directly across from the dinette. We'll see in just a moment, and they didn't waste anything. Whoop. You come right over here to the side, you'll see that this does pop right open, so you have great extra storage. You have the adjustable shelf built in there as well. And then right over here to the side, again, more storage with another adjustable shelf. And just in case that wasn't quite enough, you need some more customization, take a look here. More adjustable shelving. You also have a hanging rod up there. So if you want to turn this into a wardrobe, you have the ability to do that. And then right down below, same thing, you have another hanging rod there. So if you don't want the pantry, you want additional clothing space, take those shelves out, you have a ton of wardrobe space. All along the top in the back is additional storage. You'll see a couple LED lights, a shelf, big window right here on the campsite. TV hookup if you do want a TV in the bedroom. 50 by 80 inch bed, so you do get that full 80-inch length. So if you're 6 foot tall, your feet aren't going to hang off, which is great. I know a lot of people have issues with that. It won't be an issue here. Thermostat right up on the wall. It's also worth mentioning that right above that shelf, you have some electrical outlets there, so whether you need to plug in a cell phone or if you have a CPAP machine, you still have a spot in which you can plug that in. Right here in the back is the bathroom. So I'll take a seat right on the bottom here. So for as far as toilet space, I have plenty of leg room, good shoulder room. You'll see a little bit of extra storage right there, which is kind of nice, if you want a decent place to put some extra toilet paper, black tank chemicals, things like that. They didn't have to put that in there, and I'm honestly glad that they did. Right over to this side is the shower. I'm 6 foot tall. As you can see, plenty of room here for the shower, no issues whatsoever. Don't have to worry about, ducking or anything as I'm showering in here. The shower door itself is built right in. It just rolls up. Now the cool thing about this though is it is mold resistant, so you don't have to worry about drying it off or anything. Just roll it right up, pull it back out the next day, you're good to go. Couple towel hooks there as well. Electrical outlet, in case you need to plug anything in. And then you have your little vanity sink right outside the bathroom here. So this obviously where you wash your hands, brush your teeth, do all the business. Mirrored medicine cabinet up top, as well as a little bit of storage right down below, and that is big enough, of course, for a smaller trash can. Moving into the slide out on this unit, 7.3 cubic foot compressor driven refrigerator. So that's great, cools down much faster than your standard RV refrigerator. And that's one of the larger ones that Winnebago has put in a Class C. Again, at just a little over 7 cubic foot. More versatile storage. I'm telling you folks, this gives you the versatility to do what you want with your storage. That way you can use the coach the way you want. And again, huge storage right down there. Moving up a little bit is the dinette. So this obviously is where you'll sit down, have a meal, play some games together. You have some cup holders right there. It is built for 4 people. There's 2 seat belts here, so that way if you need a couple additional riders, you can be accommodated. Another large window. Again, more electrical outlets right there and some 12-volt outlets. Storage right up top. You'll see that it does have your hinges, so that way, your struts rather, so that way it's easy one-hand operation. And I do want to note the fascia here too kind of has like the chrome piping. I think that's a nice little touch there as well. If we come around to the very front, you will see the cab over. So this does have the super shell. That is something that's new for Winnebago. Basically, they put extra insulation in here and reinforced it, which is awesome. Electrical outlet right up front, window. You see you have a vent fan up top. That's another big issue. I see a lot of Class Cs that don't do that. And if you don't want to run AC, you're up high. It gets really hot. Having that vent fan will definitely help keep you a little bit cooler. Storage space for the ladder, another thing that a lot of manufacturers don't put. A lot of times it just rides up top, and if you're not thinking about it, it can fall off. You certainly don't want that. So I like that they gave it a storage space. Now this is currently the old chassis. I do believe that once they run through these, it will get switched over to the new Mercedes chassis. So that will have, of course, all the new options that come with that chassis. But as I mentioned, currently it is the old one. However, the fact that this is built on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis at the price point it is really what helps set the Porto apart. A couple last things I do want to touch on. If we take a look right here by the door, so you will have your battery disconnect here as well as power awning, some lighting. And right up top, take a look at this, folks. This one does come with the solar controller. You have 200-watt solar panels standard, and that is expandable up to 470 watts. And this one comes with a 1,000-watt inverter. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the 2020 Winnebago Porto 24F. This one is, as I mentioned, built on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis. That houses the 3-liter V6 engine. If we take a look at the front, you will see right up top that kind of 3/4 front cap that's built in there. Again, that is the super sleeper. They have reinforced that. The way that it was explained to me is they kind of almost use the same technology they use in a lot of coolers. So it has a lot more sound deadening values in there, which is great. To get into the coach, you have these steps. So you can either step in from the passenger side, obviously, or the driver's side. Or if you want to go into the home portion, there is a power step built in. Right up above that is your power awning. Of course, touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to go back in. And there's an LED light strip on there, so you have light at night. You'll also see the light right underneath that, so it lights up your entrance. And if you want outside TV hookup, you have both electrical outlet as well as cable outlet there. Your propane fill will be located here. Drop that down for you so you can get a quick look at that. Nice and easy. And making our way back a little bit further. So one of the cool things about this floor plan, folks, is the big outside storage. Again, this is something that's not super common on the Sprinter Class C chassis. So you can see here underneath that rear bed, you get this big storage area. Rotocast bins. It has a drain right here in the bottom too. So that way if it gets messy, you want to wash it out, you can take a hose, wash the bottom out, wash all the sand out, goes right down there. Also, you have easy winterization. You'll see your water heater bypass. So you just pop that panel off, it shows it right there. And if you look up to the right, you will also see your power stabilizer controls. So those are tucked away right in that rear storage compartment. If you plan on going somewhere and you don't have fresh water hookup, you want to make sure to fill the fresh water tank. That's where it happens at. You have your ladder here on the back to climb up onto the fully walkable roof. I do recommend getting up there a few times just for inspection, or if you get up there for any kind of maintenance, that makes it easy. You will also see the backup camera, so as you're backing up, you're making sure you're not going to hit anyone or anything behind you. Square tubular bumper on here. It does have the end caps, gives you a nice spot in which you can store your sewer hose. I do like that it is color matched to the unit. And underneath is your 5,000-pound Class 3 hitch. So that way if you need to have it towed, then this one can easily tow that vehicle. So we take a look at the off-door side. So right here, there is a sticker basically saying that this goes to the fresh tank, but seeing as how I don't see any other place for city water fill, I'm gonna assume that this is probably incorrect. Otherwise, they would have some kind of valve or something to switch between power filling your tank and city water. So I'm gonna guess that is just your direct city water fill. Right next to that is the black tank flush. That way you can quickly and easily wash out the black tank. Then you have your cable inlet as well as your solar inlet. Dropping down, you will see the power cord here. It's housed, just kind of tucks away. You'll see this one does have the Slater box, so that way if you're running the generator, you need to power up the batteries, make sure you plug that into the coach. And then dropping right down below here, you will see your terminations with both your black and gray tank valves. Moving up a little ways, you can take a look right underneath here. Again, another large storage area. Same thing, you have that rotocast bins. You will also see your slide room controller. So in the event the slide room fails, that will be where your manual overrides are. And last but not least is, of course, the generator. This one has the Cummins Onan 3600 LP or 3600 watt LP Genny on here, so that way it can run everything in the coach. All right, folks, and that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2020 Winnebago Porto 24F. If you're interested in this gorgeous Class C and you would like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.